this is Full Monkey Dream Studios. This time around it's about Diana Berry, which not a lot of people talk about her, which is kind of strange, but I'm gonna do it in this video anyway. The first video talking about this was it wasn't really an analysis or anything. I'm not intellectual, I have a notebook. It was basically an apology for this post that I saw about this tweet that I sent to Amy Beth because the fan base was so small back then. It was basically 4 people. And I think the video that I did first was kind of clarifying that no, I wasn't talking about Anne and Diana's friendship specifically when I wanted her to be bisexual. Just to clarify also, I always thought Anne was attracted to Diana. I never thought she was in love with her though. With Anne, it's debatable. She had a loveless childhood, and she basically says this in the book. You know, she had a starved childhood, and Diana came into her life when she needed her most. And she was pretty much her childhood sweetheart. She was the person that was like a beacon of light for Anne, almost like her first love. For me, it always seemed like, you know, in those friendships in the playground, my younger sister always like kissed boys and called them, I'm gonna marry you and stuff. But it's just like, at the end of the day, it's just a puppy love kind of love, you know, and it's just friendship. That's what I thought Anne and Diana's friendship was. It was like this puppy love, kissing in the playground, kind of poetic, kind of we're in love but we're not, kind of romantic friendship, you know. That's always what I perceived it as. I never thought it was a sexual thing. With Diana, she grew up with love in her life. She had friendships before Anne. Some people forget about this because of the miniseries, which just lets her be unpopular and just side with Anne all the time. And I do love Diana, like, in the miniseries, but I really think she was wasted in that. I don't think they gave her justice to her character at all. And I think it was almost because they gave her this weird crush on Gilbert at the end of the film. She didn't in the books, by the way. There was no need to add that weird love triangle and downgrade Anne and Diana's friendship. Sorry, but no. Diana didn't have as much as imagination as Anne, and she wasn't as wild as Anne. But she was still like her own person, and she still was badass in her own level-headed way. She just wasn't as outgoing as Anne. I didn't like Fred Wright particularly, especially in the book and in the miniseries. I just always thought Diana was like put with him, and she had to settle down with him. And I know that's kind of who Diana was. She was just like this simple-minded, like she knew what she wanted, and she wanted to choose a domestic lifestyle, and that's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a wife and settling down and falling in love and having kids. That's nothing wrong with that. But I always thought that lifestyle was better suited to Anne, because we actually got to see her journey of how she got to that place. Her journey was basically thinking, I want to do all these things, you know, I want to be a writer, I want to be a teacher, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the journey, she realized, hang on, I was looking outside my ideals when I realized what I wanted was right here all along, and that was her choice. You know, and it always seemed like an earned prospect for me. With Diana, it always seemed like she didn't have a choice. In modern adaptations, I seem to be noticed that they have all these opportunities to let Diana grow as a person, but they always miss it and always set her with Fred. Because in Project Green Gables, which handles racism race so much better, by the way, watch it. They obviously changed the raspberry cordial scene to Diana finding out that Anne has a crush on her and they're getting separated because of it. But she still goes off and settled down with Fred, even though it's a modern retelling and they can do something different with her character. No, she still has the same sort of story. And with Green Gables Fables, she tries to follow Anne to university. It doesn't work out for her, she gets lonely. Anne kind of neglects her, which was the greatest assassination of their friendship, by the way. But she still goes off and gets proposed to Fred, even though they only went out for a year. It's just like, I'm not denying the historical realities or anything, but if you're going to put her in this position where she's being exposed to all these ways of living, oh my god, she can get a career. oh my god, she can possibly be gay. I never thought she was being homophobic. She just, it was just a wild night for her. Especially when you've been raised a certain way all your life to gotta get married and gonna have a husband, and she's realizing, oh my god, I suddenly have possibilities now. So to expose her to all these possibilities, but to have her still, you know, fall in love with a man and get married and have kids, it just seems like a bit of a waste. You know, all these subtext moments where the spin red bottles sequence, which wasn't my favorite by the way, she just looks so uncomfortable. Anne has to nod at her before she goes and kisses Moody, and for people who are kind of shipping her with Charlie, she looks so uncomfortable sitting next to him and him flirting with her. Like, can you have something else to do with Charlie besides him just being there? This is debatable when they're describing each other's lips and stuff, and when Anne's saying, you have the most kissable bow, and the breasts smile to light any heart. And Diana's expression really caught me off guard. I was like, are they really gonna make Diana gay? Oh my god, is this really happening? Because that would be so good. And it would just give more understanding to her character and how she's been raised, what she wants in the world. And I think the actress has grown so much, because I thought her character was a bit flat in season 1, but she's grown so much in series 2, and I was just like, oh my god, we might be just having this queer storyline, but I'm just afraid that it's not going to happen. Because Anna and Diana are like a mini version of Gertie and Joe. Like, Anne spoils the ending of any of the books. Diana sees her as this light. I mean, come on. They're basically the version of Gertrude and Joe who don't end up together. She felt more comfortable kissing a girl than a boy. She feels flustered by Anne, by complimenting her lips, you know. It's right there. And if people don't agree with them, that's fine, but like, you can't deny that that would give so much more meaning and understanding of the character. It would just be amazing. And Aunt Josephine and Diana would have all this understanding of each other. It would just be amazing. I'm just gonna stop talking, so bye.